everyone. Welcome back to the session of English. In this session of English grammar, we are going to discuss something very important and interesting. In this session, we are going to cover practice questions based on the chapter time and tenses. Friends, this chapter is very important and interesting too. Now, we will discuss some practice questions based on this chapter. In fact, these questions are related to previous year questions of SSC MTS exam, or may be possible that these are questions similar to those questions that have already appeared in SSC examinations. Okay, so let's begin this session. And in this session, what we are going to discuss in this session, we will learn, in fact, various concepts related to tenses along with 25 practice questions. Okay, so with the help of these 25 practice questions, we will learn various concepts related to tenses. After that, we'll see the detailed analysis of each question. It means in this session, we are going to discuss each and every question in detail. It means we'll see the detailed analysis of that question. Okay, so we'll learn the concepts related to that question and various rules which are important to solve these questions. Okay. Now, here is the first question that you can see. Although the manager was keen on getting the work done through Sudhir yesterday, it means the manager was really focused that he just wanted the work to be done by Sudhir yesterday. He tries to avoid it. Now, he was, although he was keen, it means he was just focused that he wanted only Sudhir to do that work, but it was the time of yesterday. And in the third part, it says he tries to avoid it. Now, tries is actually verb present form, or you can say this is singular form of verb, and this is the present tense work. Okay, because in the present form we write the verb like try, and with singular subject we write tries. Okay, if we talk about past tense, we use the word tried. Okay, and in the past tense, of course, we use the word tried, not tries. Okay, so as we can see that the entire sentence is in past. Also, we are talking about yesterday. That means the time of past. Now here the error is in part 3, where this tries should be replaced with tried. Why so? Because this is the time of past, or if we are talking about past, so obviously this action has been happened, therefore we need to write tried in place of tries. Now if you feel that maybe possible that this tries is correct and rest of the part are incorrect, now one most important thing is that only one part can contain error. Not each and every part of the question can contain error. Okay, so here in this part you can say that only one part contains error, therefore this tries should be replaced with tried, because here in this the focus is on yesterday. Okay, we are talking about yesterday, and yesterday shows the time of past, and if it shows the time of past, of course we need to write the entire sentence in past tense, and this tries shows the present tense, where we need to write the past tense. Therefore here tried should be the correct answer. So here the answer will be third, that is he tried. So the correct sentence will be although. Now, first of all, let me write this tried over here. Okay, so the correct answer will be although the manager was keen on getting the work done through Sudhir yesterday, he tried to avoid it. Okay, now let us move to the next one. This is question number 2 now. I saw him a couple of times since May. It means since May, this action has been happened many times, or this action has been done many times. What is the action? That I saw him a couple of times. It means I saw him at least 2 times. Now, whenever some action has happened, but we don't know the time, and it has been going on, it is going on to a particular limit of time. Okay, or a particular point of time, if it continues till that time. So in that sense, we only use perfect tenses, not the past tense. Okay, that time we use perfect tense. So this saw should be replaced with I have seen him. Okay, I have seen him a couple of times. It means this action has been happened. That is, I have seen him a couple of times. It means 2 times since May. Okay, so since May I have seen him 2 times. It means It is possible that I will see him frequently in the future as well, but it is not the time of past. In fact, if I'm talking about since May, it means I'm talking about a point of time, and from that it has been going on, and maybe possible I will uh, see him in the future as well. So this action has been going on, or it happens on particular intervals, but it is going on. Okay, so whenever we see that, we know the whenever action takes place and or action has been taken place, and we don't know the time, or the time is irrelevant over there, and the time is in continuation tense, then we use perfect tenses and not the past tense. So here the correct answer will be first, where we need to write present perfect tense, that is I have seen him instead of I saw him. So this saw him is incorrect. So this first part contains the error, where we need to write I have seen him. Okay, for example, if I say I have not seen her since morning, it means since morning it does not this task has not happened. Okay, so when something is in complete sense, whether it has been completed or not completed, but there is a sense of completeness, there is a point of completeness in that, we can use, or we should use, the perfect tense only. Okay, saw is actually the past indefinite tense. We can only use past indefinite tense in that situation when we know the time of action. It means when the action has been taken place and we know the time of action. For example, if I say I saw him yesterday, it means here I'm saying the particular time I have seen him. Okay, for example, if I say I saw him yesterday, it means it was only yesterday that I saw him. But if I say since May, now for example, now suppose right now we are in month of June, we are in month of July. Okay, now I said that since May. Okay, now May, I don't know which date I'm talking about. It can be either May 31 or May 1st as well. Okay, suppose I'm talking about 1st. Okay, and I said that I have seen him since May. It means I must have seen him in the May only, in the month of June also, in the month of July. Okay, in the month of June also, in the month of July also. Okay, so since May, I do not know the point of time at which I have seen him. But if I say I saw him yesterday, here I can tell you the particular time on which or the particular time at which I saw him. So when we know the point of time when that action took place, there we write past indefinite tense. And if we only know the duration of time, but we don't know the exact time, there we should use present perfect tense. Okay, so this is the basic difference between present perfect and past indefinite. Okay, also the difference, the errors between these two differences occur many times. So you should be clear about these two durations, these 2 point of time. The past indefinite can only come, for example, if some action takes place. Okay, now we talk about time. Another, action and time. Now what happens? Just keep one thing in mind, that if we know that action has been done in both the cases, first of all. Okay, it means action is completed in both the cases. The difference is of time. If we just know the duration of time, okay, the duration, or we don't know the time of action, okay, or we don't know the time of action, okay, if the time is not known, okay, if the duration of time is known, or either the duration of time is known or the time is not known. These two can be the conditions. Another condition can be the time, the point of time we know well. Okay, we know the point of time. Okay, that when did it happen? When did it happen? So we know the time of action exactly. There we should use past indefinite tense. In this manner, when we know the point of time, we should use past indefinite tense. Okay, it means subject plus verb second form. But if we do not know the exact time of action, but we just know the duration of action, or we don't know the time of action, there we should use present perfect tense. So this is the basic difference between present perfect and and past indefinite. Okay, so this is the difference between present perfect and past indefinite. Okay, for example, if I say I have seen Qutub Minar once in my life, I have visited Qutub Minar once in my life. I have visited the Qutub Minar once in my life. Now in this sentence, I said that I have visited the Qutub Minar. The Qutub Minar is the name of the monument, of course. So I'm saying I have seen the Qutub Minar, or I have visited the Qutub Minar once in my life. Now, when did I go there? Do you know the time? Do you know the point of time? Can you tell me that at what time did I go to, did I visit the Qutub Minar? No, not at all. From this sentence, you cannot analyze the point of time. But if I say I went to the Qutub Minar, or I went to visit the Qutub Minar on 25th of June last year. So here I know the exact time, okay, or the exact point of time. There I can use past indefinite. Also, if I say last year, though it is not actually it is the particular duration. So, okay, if you talk about a duration or the point of time, this duration should also be not known. Okay, it is just starting from one point but never ending. But if I say the duration which is somewhere in the middle of something. Okay, for example, if I say that I visited Qutub Minar last year, it means, if I talk about last year, it means last year, somewhere in the last year. Now which particular point, I cannot say. Okay, so in that case I can use past indefinite. Okay, if I say last year, I should use past indefinite. But if I say since May, now here I have just said since May. Now till what time I'm talking about, I don't know. There the duration has been started but never ended, then there we should use present perfect tense. Okay, now you cannot say that last year is also the duration. Also, of course, it is a duration, but in that case you cannot say during last year. Okay, because if I say last year means somewhere in the last year, it means in the middle of the last year. Okay, that is why when we are using the word last, we should use past indefinite tense. That's it. Okay. Now, because if I say since May, now up to which time, I cannot say. Okay, because it can happen in future as well. But if I say that I visited the Qutub Minar last year, it means that task has been done over there only. It is not going to be repeated. If I visit Qutub Minar again, that will be future. Okay, it means that past point will not be repeated. Okay, so in that case, we should use past indefinite tense if we know the point of time. But if we do not know the point of time, there we should use present perfect tense. Now let us move to the next question. This is question number 3. Gauri told me his name after he left. Now, whenever we have a word before or after, okay, we can have two cases. One is before, and after, then we have the clause after. So these type of sentences can be formed in two clauses. Okay, one clause, the second clause, and this first clause and the second clause. First, we should know the complex sentence which contains the word before. Okay, or the compound sentence which contains the word before. These are actually known as the compound sentences. Okay, now here we have the word before. Before means previously. Okay, now whenever we make such type of sentences, we can have only three types of combination. Now just listen to this very carefully. This is a very important concept. Okay, so we can have only three concepts, three combinations of tenses. Past can be made only with the past tense. Okay, past can combine with past. Perfect sentence can be combined with indefinite action. Okay, indefinite tense or perfect tense. This can make the combination. Or another combination is future with present. Okay, future with present. Now here we'll talk about, first of all, the past and past combination only. Okay, now this can be joined along with the perfect and indefinite combination. Okay, so just keep this thing in mind, that perfect can be combined with the tense of indefinite, whereas past can be combined only with past. Okay, so these two can be the combinations. Now what happens if you are doing any action, or if you are doing two actions but one after the another? Okay, or if two actions are going on or happening or happens, but one after the, if two actions happen but one after the another or one before the another. Okay, so to those actions we can name them like first action, and the second action. Okay, first action and the second action. So this is the first action and this is the second action. Okay, suppose two actions take place, but one after the another or one before the another. So before the word before the word before, or the clause which is before the word before or before the preposition before, this contains the first action. Okay, and the clause which is after before should contain the second action. Okay, now the first action should be written in perfect tense. Okay, it should be written in perfect tense because it has been happened earlier, and something which happened earlier should be written in perfect tense. Okay, and the remaining, as I told you about the combination, so perfect can be combined only with indefinite. Okay, so here in this part we should write indefinite tense. Okay, we should write indefinite tense. Now it is time to decide whether to write past or future to present. So first of all, we are just making the sentence in past. Therefore, both the sentences or both the clauses will be in past tense. Okay, so from here we can decide that one, the first action will be in past perfect, whereas another action will be in past indefinite. Let us take an example. The patient, you must have heard about this sentence when you were in a school, okay, or when you were in class. The patient had died. This is a very common sentence. The patient had died before the doctor came. Okay, before the doctor came. Okay, let me write this again. Before the doctor came. Okay, so there are two actions which are taking place. One is the patient had died. This is one action, and this has happened previously before the doctor came. It means the doctor came later on. Okay, before the doctor's arrival, the patient had died. Okay, so because this action took place before this action, therefore this has been written in perfect tense, whereas this has been written in indefinite tense. Okay, now if I have to reverse this, for example, the opposite of before is after. So I want to reverse this action or reverse this sentence. How? By just making this before like after. What we will do, after means afterwards or later on. And later on, which action is going on? Second one. Okay. So in this condition, we'll write second action first. Okay, we'll make second action first, or we'll write second action first, and after that we'll write the first action, but the tenses will remain same. It means this first action will be written in past perfect tense. Okay, will be written in past perfect tense, and now you will take this from here, that is past indefinite tense, and you will bring it over here, that is in second action. So here we'll write past indefinite tense. Okay, here we'll write past indefinite tense. Now what we have changed only the positions of first action and second action. Otherwise, rest parts are same. Now here, if I want to write this sentence, the same sentence, I can say the doctor came after the patient had died. Okay, so the tense remain same, but only the position has changed. Okay, the patient had died. So this can be the approach of writing this sentence in these two manners, using the word before and after. Okay, so what we can do over here, that we can write these two sentences. Okay, these two sentences, but what we can do, that this afterward, okay, but it means these two opposites, they will only change the positions of these two clauses. Otherwise, if we talk about the tenses, they will remain same. Okay, so you have seen both the types of sentences over here, the word using before and using after. Okay, so these are the types of compound sentences. Also, one thing you should keep in mind, we can only make three combinations: past with past, perfect with indefinite, and future with present. Now this future, this, as I have written, this past, perfect, and future, so perfect can be either with future or with past. Okay, whereas indefinite should be with past or with present. Now in past it does not matter, but in future present combination it matters a lot, because perfect can be written in future part and indefinite tense will be used in present part. Okay, now here, if we see the sentence, Corey told me his name after he left. Now, which action took place first? That he left first. And Corey told me his name. She told me his name afterwards. Okay. So this has happened before. And if this has happened before, obviously, here we need to write past perfect tense, because the after we should write the you can see over here that after we need to write past perfect. Okay, so in this case here we need past perfect tense, so here the correct part will be he had left. Okay, after he had left, it means when he left from there, or when he had left, after that Gauri told me his name. Otherwise before that I did not know his name. So after he had left, so the error will be in part third of the sentence. Okay, now let us move to the next one. That is question number 4. John would have told you the truth if you had asked him. Now whenever we have the if combination, what we do after if, we have in the first clause we make the sentence in past perfect tense. Okay, and if this is in past perfect tense, this is actually the conditional sentence. So here we'll write subject plus had plus verb third form, and in the later clause we write past we write the sentence like subject plus would plus have plus verb third form. So this should be the combination, okay, in the conditional sentence. So if we see the if clause, that contains the past perfect tense. So if you had asked him, this is the past perfect tense, and in the remaining clause can be like subject plus would have plus verb third form. Now you can see John would have told you the truth. So this is actually this combination. So the entire sentence is correct according to this combination that we have read here. Okay, so here the answer will be no error. It means the entire sentence is correct. We can also write the sentence like if you had asked him, John would have told you the truth. Okay, or he would have told you the truth. So we can write both the clauses one after the another. Okay, but if clause comes first, we need to put a comma in between the two clauses. If the majority of the individuals in a state prosper, majority means plural, okay, of the individuals. Okay, of the individuals, it means there are many individuals, and out of these, if I say the majority, it means the most of the numbers. So obviously most of the individuals, they will cover obviously the large number of people. Okay, in a state prosper, so here the subject is plural, so the verb will be plural. The state itself would prosper. Okay, so in this again, if we see the first first clause, if clause, if the first clause, if the first type of condition, after if the first clause contains subject plus verb first form, that means this is present indefinite tense. The remaining clause should be in future indefinite tense. That is, after subject we should have will, and after that we should have verb first form. Okay, now if you see the sentence carefully, if the majority of the individuals in a state prosper, so this is present indefinite tense. But if you see the second clause, the state itself would prosper. Here this would is incorrect. Instead we require will. Okay, so this would will be replaced with will. So the answer will be part third, where the answer will be the state itself will prosper. So this will be the correct sentence, because if we compare this sentence with the if condition, and here type 1 condition is working, so according to type 1 condition, this would should be replaced with the will. Okay, so the correct sentence will be if the majority of the individuals in a state prosper, the state itself will prosper. Now let us move to the next one. He asked, supposing if he fails, what he would do. Now you can see the first part, it is in the past. Third part, it is also showing the past part. And if it is showing the past, we know well that if we write anything in type 2 clause, what happens? The first sentence, the if clause, will be in past indefinite, that is subject plus verb second form, and the remaining will be in subject plus would plus verb first form. Okay, so according to this part, fails is incorrect. It should be replaced with failed. Okay, so here the error is in part 2, where if he failed should come in place of fails. Okay, now let us move to the next one. This is question number 7. The train has already left when I reached the station. So the train has already left when I reached the station. Of course, it is the time of past. We are talking about past. And if we are talking about past, this has should be replaced with had. Okay, so we can make two combinations. One is past perfect and another should be past indefinite. We have already learned about these two combinations. So combination can be of past with past and perfect with indefinite. And if the combination is of past with past, here the one sentence is in past tense, whereas one clause is in present tense. It cannot happen. So what we should do, the train had already left when I reached the station. Okay, now you cannot change or you cannot do the change in the word reach. Why so? Because this has should be changed into had. Why so? Because left and reached both are in past tense and the error can be in only one part of the sentence. Therefore, here the error is in part first, where had in place of has should come. Now let us move to question number 8. 2 hours have passed since he had fallen asleep. So now this is another very important concept where we need to learn this. After since. Since is the only word which changes this combination of past and past. After since clause, we should have past indefinite tense. Okay, past indefinite, or you can say simple past tense, where the rule is subject plus verb second form, and the remaining clause should be in present perfect tense. Okay, the remaining clause should be in present perfect tense always, in which we should have subject plus has or have plus verb third form. Okay, it should be has or have plus verb third form. So in this case, he fell asleep should be the correct word to be used. So 3 will be the error, or third part will be the error, where this fall in the second form of it is fell. Okay, he had fallen should replaced with fell. So the correct sentence will be 2 hours have passed since he fell asleep. Okay, now let us move to the next one. By the time she reached home, her parents had slept. Now, if you see by the time, after by the time, again, we need to write the same combination, that is past perfect and past indefinite. But after just by the time clause, whenever we write this phrase by the time, just after it, we should have indefinite clause. And if it is indefinite, this should be past indefinite. The remaining will be in past perfect tense. So just learn one concept or learn one combination, that is past with past, perfect with indefinite, and future with present. How future and present works, that we will discuss later on. Okay, so this is past perfect. Now let us make this past indefinite and past perfect. By the time she reached home, so past indefinite means subject plus verb second form. Yes, of course it is. She reached. This is past indefinite, home. Her parents had slept. So in past perfect tense, we write subject plus had plus verb third form. So yes, we have written this sentence. Her parents had slept in past perfect tense. Therefore, the entire sentence is absolutely correct. Therefore, the sentence contains no error. So our answer will be 4. That is no error. Okay, this is no error, but it is written 4 over here. Okay, so this is somewhere typing error. Okay, so here the error will be no error. Now let us move to the next one. I have seen her only once, but I'm liking her a lot. Now, I cannot say liking her a lot. I like her a lot. Because if we have static or dynamic verbs, we cannot write them in ing form. For example, if I trust you, I can say I trust you. I cannot say that I'm trusting you. Rather, I should say I trust you. Okay, if I know you, I know who you are, so I should say I know you. I cannot say I am knowing you. That will be incorrect. So here the answer will be third. This third part contains error, where this liking should be replaced, am liking should be replaced with like her. Okay, so the correct sentence will be I have seen her only once, but I like her a lot. Okay, now let us move to the next one. I told him that we enjoyed very much at the party. Okay, now if you see the sentence carefully, I told him. So this is simple sentence. I told him something. That what did I tell him? That we enjoyed very much at the party. Yeah, this sentence, I told him that we Okay, now here the sentence is in past. Now what did I tell him? Whenever we make any sentence in indirect speech, uh, if the first part is in, you can say, if I am saying I told him, it means this is showing that it is past. And if we have written another sentence that we enjoyed very much at the party, now, it can be either the indirect speech from the present indefinite tense or the past indefinite tense. If it is from present indefinite tense, we enjoyed very much is correct. But if I say that this is of the past indefinite tense, conversion from the past indefinite tense, so we should write we had enjoyed very much. So here we can consider it that it has been converted from present indefinite tense. Therefore, the entire sentence contains no error. Okay, because whenever we convert a direct speech into indirect speech, there can be several different patterns. And here the sentence is correct according to, because this the direct speech of this sentence could have been in the it must have been in the present indefinite tense. So present indefinite, whenever we convert present indefinite into indirect speech, we make present into past. So the sentence is absolutely correct. Okay, so here we have no error. So 4 is the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. He ate nothing since yesterday. Now, I told you in the earlier of the session as well that whenever it comes since and after that time, and these type of sentences, either we write in present perfect continuous tense or present perfect tense. Okay, but we cannot write it in past indefinite tense. And if we do not write these type of sentences in past indefinite tense, that means this ate word is incorrect. Okay, so we know well that first part contains error. Now, in these type of sentences, we need not rectify them. We just have to mention that which part contains error. That is it. Now, if we see the sentence carefully, he ate. Ate is of course incorrect over here. So we can say he has eaten nothing. Okay, he has eaten nothing since yesterday. Okay, so here the correct answer will be 1, in which this ate should be replaced with has eaten. Okay, now this first part contains error. Okay, now this is somewhere uh, a very big benefit for all of us in doing these type of questions, that in this we need not rectify the sentence, we just have to find out that which part contains error. But that does not mean that we will not learn the concepts. Concepts are very helpful and they should be learned. And because if you know them, you can easily find out whether the sentence is correct or incorrect. Okay, so this thing is very important, and these type of sentences are very important. Okay, now let us move to the next question. Now we'll discuss question number 13. If the worst comes to worst, now worst is the superlative degree of bad. So we know well that this is actually the superlative degree of bad. Okay, so worst is actually the superlative degree of bad. Bad, worse, and worst. And we know well that before a superlative degree, we need to use the always. If the worst comes to worst, now worst is also a superlative degree. Okay, now before worst, we need to write the. I will have to bid goodbye to my studies and join my family business. So here the error is in part 2, where comes to the worst should come, because worst is a superlative degree of adjective where we need to write the before it. Now let us move to question number 14. She pretends. Pretends means when someone shows that he's someone else. Okay, so she pretends. If, that means imposter. Okay, she pretends as if she has never in her life told a lie. It means she pretended that she had never told a lie in her life. Okay, so she just show off this. Okay, she just showed up this. Now, whenever we write the phrase as if or I wish, after that, whatever verb we have, it should be always in past plural form. Okay, it should be in past plural form always. So here, as if she had never told. Okay, has should be replaced with had. So the correct sentence will be she pretends as if she had never in her life told a lie, hadn't she? Okay, so here if we see this, the error is in part first. She pretends as if she had. Okay, now let us move to question number 15. It is high time he stood on his two legs. Okay, now here, if we see the error of tense, whenever we write a phrase like it is time or it is high time, okay, it is high time. Whenever we write these two phrases, it is time or it is high time, what we do after these two phrases, we can either have the word to, preposition to, or the noun or pronoun. Okay, any noun or pronoun. If we have to, we can only write verb first form. But if there is a noun or pronoun after it is time or it is high time, if, after any of these phrases, we can only write. For example, if there is noun or pronoun, we can only write verb second form, or you can say past indefinite form. Okay, past indefinite form. Now, if you see this, it is high time he stood on his 2 feet. Now, it is high time he stood. So, up to this part, this sentence is correct. But what's the error in this? Actually, it is written on his 2 legs. We cannot say 2 legs. Instead, we should see legs. This is actually a phrase that is on his legs or on his feet. Okay. So, here, the third part contains error where we should write legs or feet in place of 2 legs. Okay, whereas if we talk about the tense error, that is absolutely correct. But here the error is in part third, that means legs or feet. Now let us move to the next one. He denied to have been there. Now, whenever we write the word denied, denied is always followed by the word gerund. Okay, for example, if we have avoid, mind, detest, these type of words, they are always followed by gerund. Okay, stop, start, for example, stop doing your work, start doing your work, or I can say stop talking. Okay, so this word deny, it is always followed by gerund. So this to have should be replaced with having. So he denied having been there. Okay, so the correct answer will be second, that is having. To have should be replaced with having. Now let us move to the next one. I now am knowing all the facts about him. Now, as I told you that I cannot use know in ing form because this is a static verb. I cannot know in process. If I know something, I know something. That is a static. I cannot know in process. Therefore, this knowing word is incorrect. It should be, or am word is incorrect over here. It should be written, it should not be written in present continuous tense. Rather, I can write, I know. Okay. Now, I know all the facts about him. Okay. So, here second part contains error. Okay. So, I now know all the facts about him can be the correct sentence. Now, let us move to question number 18. I have passed the examination 2 years ago. Now, this is the same concept that I have already discussed with you in the starting of this session. As I told you that when the action has taken place, we should check whether we know the time of action or not. Now, here we know the time of action about this examination that I passed this examination 2 years ago. It means when did I pass this examination? Of course, I can say 2 years ago. It means it was the time which was before 2 years ago. Okay, so it is not continued. The time is not continuous till now. Okay, it is done in the past only. Okay, it is not in continuation till now. So this part should not be written in present perfect tense. It should be written in past indefinite tense. So the correct sentence will be I passed the examination 2 years ago. Okay, so here the answer will be one where this have should be removed from the sentence, and the correct sentence will be I passed the examination 2 years ago. Okay, now let us move to the next one. The effect of that time cannot be seen in present as well. The strain of all the difficulties and vexations and anxieties are more difficult than he could bear. Now, here we are talking about a strain. Strain is uncountable noun. And if it is uncountable noun or the countable noun, but it is singular, you can see that this is singular. Okay. And if the subject is singular, we need to put singular form of verb. So this are should be replaced with is. Therefore, the error is in third part of the sentence where we should write was more than. Okay. Also, the sentence is in past tense. Okay, so here we should write it in past tense. So the strain of all the difficulties and vexations and anxieties was more than he could bear. Okay, now let us move to the next one. This is question number 20. He has read 4 plays written by Shakespeare by the end of his vacation. Now, of course, when we say by the end or by the time, so the first part should be in indefinite tense, okay? Or sorry, the by the time clause should be in indefinite tense, and the remaining should be in past tense. But if we are saying that by the end of his vacation, so this should be written in either future perfect tense or past perfect tense. So I can write past perfect tense that he had read 4 plays written by Shakespeare by the end of his vacation. So here the error is in first part of the sentence. He had read 4 plays. Now, whenever we make by the time clauses, so or by the time structures, just after by the time, we can either have present indefinite or past indefinite. In the remaining clauses, with past indefinite, we make the combination of past perfect, whereas with present indefinite, we make the combination of future perfect tense. Okay, therefore this has is incorrect anyhow, whether the sentence is of present tense or past tense. I can rather use he will have read 4 plays. Okay, that will also be the correct sentence. If I write the sentence, he had read 4 plays written by Shakespeare by the end of his vacation, it means this task has been taken place. But if I say he will have read 4 plays written by Shakespeare by the end of his vacation, it means it is going to happen in future. Okay, but by the end of his vacation, but in future tense. Okay, both the sentences are correct. When you have gone through the papers, kindly return them to us. Now, when you have gone through, it means when you have done this task. Kindly return them to us. This sentence is absolutely correct. There is no error in this sentence. Okay, so the answer will be no error. Now, let us move question number 22. The train had left when he had reached the station. I have already told you that in one clause we should have past perfect tense, in the remaining clause we should have past indefinite tense. Now, which action has taken place previously? The train had left when he had reached the station. So the train had left. This has happened first. So if this has happened previously, so we should write in perfect tense. So this part is correct. But when he had reached, it means this action happened afterwards. So we should write in indefinite tense. So here had should be removed, and the correct sentence will be the train had left when he reached the station. Okay, so one has to be kept in indefinite tense and other should be in perfect. The action which has taken place previously should be written in perfect tense, and the remaining will be in indefinite tense, of course. So the correct sentence will be the train had left when he reached the station. This should be the correct sentence. Therefore, the error is in part second of the sentence. Now let us move to the question number 23. I wish I am the richest person in the whole wide world. Now, as I told you, whenever we use as if or I wish, okay, would that, like these type of phrases which are imaginary, or the conditions which are impossible, in these type of conditions, whatever verb we are using, it should be in past as well as plural form. Okay, past plus plural form always. So here the error is in part first, where we should write I wish I were. As I told you that the sentence, this word should be in past plural form. So I cannot write I was. It should be I were. If in this place it had been he, then even I could have written, I would have written were. Okay. So this is past plural form. Now the answer will be first, where we should write I wish I were. Now let us move to question number 24. Ram disappointed his mother as he did not write to her very often. Now, disappointed his mother, this is the time of past. As he did not, it is also showing the past, write to her very often. So the sentence is absolutely correct. So the answer will be no error. Now, let us do the last question of this session. After you will return from Chennai, I will come and see you. Now, I told you that whenever we have a subordinate conjunction, we can have 2 clauses. Okay, but in the immediate after clause of any conjunction, we cannot have any modal. Okay, for example, there is a subordinate conjunction and the immediate after clause. In the immediate after clause, we cannot have any modal. Okay, we cannot have any modal if there is any subordinate conjunction. Okay, subordinate conjunctions are the conjunctions like when, as soon as, after, before. So these are subordinate conjunctions. Okay, and when we write any subordinate conjunction, we can make the sentence in 2 clauses, which is one which is just after it and another which is after it. So just after the immediate after subordinate clause, we cannot have any modal. Okay, so if you see the sentence, after you will return, after is the subordinate conjunction, I cannot use this will. Okay, because this is a modal. So the correct sentence will be, after you return from Chennai, I will come and see you. Therefore, the error is in first part of the sentence. So the error is in the first part of the sentence, where this after subordinate conjunction, we cannot have any modal. So the correct answer will be, or the correct sentence will be, after you return from Chennai, I will come and see you. Okay, so this will be the correct sentence. Okay, I hope you have understood this concept, and I hope you have understood each and every question very well. And these questions are very, very simple. I hope you have got the concept very easily, and you have learned all the concepts. Now, if you want to learn more about tenses and more concepts about various chapters or parts of speeches or grammar points, be connected with me in future as well. Till then, thanks to you.